What's up, SKALEZ Crew? Welcome back for another week of the Review It Alls. This is week 5, our Black History special. We're going to cover some Black achievements in Black history made from 1980 to 2020. Now, before we continue, I already know y'all are like, what happened? It was supposed to be on Sunday night. Well, for one, Super Bowl was on, so nobody was watching. And two, our internet provider, I won't say any names because I don't want to get sued or copywritten or anything like that, but our internet provider was shutting down and wasn't acting right. So we're back up, we're running, so let's start the show. Okay, we're going to start it off with 1980, when BET, Black Entertainment Television, was established by Robert and Sheila Johnson. They took out a $15,000 loan, and then they had an investor who won't give their name, but gave them $500,000. And now look at where they are now. $3 billion was the going price tag for BET when they sold it to Viacom. But 1980 was when it sparked the movement for Black entertainment television. Alexa Kennedy, first Black female brain surgeon, 1982. In 1984, she was certified as a diplomat of the American Board of Neurological Society. Guy Bluford, the first Black person in space. Not man, not woman, but first Black person ever in space. This man completed 4 missions with 688 hours in space of a low Earth orbit on the Challenger before its demise later on in the 80s. Aretha Franklin, the first woman, white or Black, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, we all know Miss Franklin, rest your soul, sweetie, rest your soul, my queen, is a Detroit native out of Motown. First woman of any race to ever make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Walter Massey, PhD, first Black director of the National Space Foundation from 1991 to 1993. Now he is the president emeritus of the Arts Institute of Chicago. Joyce Elders, the first Black female and the first female woman ever appointed as Surgeon General in 1993. George Walker, first Black musician to win a Pulitzer Prize in music. Back in 1996, he won the Pulitzer Prize for his music composition for the album Lilacs. Sadly, we lost this great Black man in 2018. Rest in power. Tiger Woods was the first Black male to win the Masters tourney in 1997. Moving on to Lillian Fishburne, the first Black woman to achieve flag rank with the United States Navy in 1998. Maurice Ashley, the world's first Black chess grandmaster in 1999. This Brooklyn native spent 15 years learning this game. As a Jamaican immigrant, he used this game to get through a lot of his trying times in Brooklyn, New York. And now, look at him, the world's first Black chess grandmaster. Venus Williams, first Black woman to win the singles at Wimbledon between 2000 and 2001. In 2002, Halle Berry was the first black female to win the Academy Award, and Denzel Washington was the second black man to win. Again, 2002. What a year. Deval Patrick was elected the first black governor of Massachusetts in 2007, which leads us up to Barack Hussein Obama, the first recorded, and I say recorded because if you know history, then you know he's not the first, but the first recorded black president in 2008, and then re-elected again in 2012. Eric Holder was the first black attorney general and received that honor with a 75-21 House vote in 2009. Moving on over to a little bit of animation, we have Tiara, the Disney princess from The Princess and the Frog. She was the first black Disney princess, debuted to us in 2010. Freddie Figures, founders of Figures Communication, at 29 years old, the former investor turned CEO created the Figures phone and Figures Communication in 2009-2010. Then in 2014, he created a smartphone that goes into smart mode, that when the car goes more than 10 miles an hour, it automatically switches over to safe driving mode to stop texting and driving. Smart black man. Gabby Douglas, first black woman to win the Artistic Individual all around at the Olympic Games in 2012. Simone Biles won the World Artistic Gymnastic Championship in 2013. Over to golf again, Mariah Stackhouse was the first black player named to the United States of America Curtis Cup team of golf in 2014. Wendell Scott. Many don't know much about Wendell Scott, but if you do some research, you'll find out more. And you'll know that this man here was the first black inductee into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Now, we know NASCAR recently has amped it up with drivers of color, but before, it was a predominantly white dominated sport. That is, except for Wendell Scott. On to our northern natives. Jeffrey Orridge was the first black commissioner of a North American Major League sports team, who is now running the Canadian FL, the CFL, the Canadian Football League. And that was in 2015 as well. The first black Marvel movie with the most anticipated pre-sale tickets and the most box office success of any Marvel movie was none other than what? Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. In what? 2018, 2019. Rounding it off, we want to give a special shout out to Jaquil Jackson. This young, educated, talented young black man created 5,000 blessing bags for homeless Chicagoans in 2017. And then he got recognition from President Obama, and in 2018 he set his goals even higher by preparing 6,000 bags, and he did it mostly on his own. That's what our next generation is about, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Last, and certainly not least, is Kamala Harris, the first black and first Indian woman to be elected Vice President of the United States. Now get into this. 2010, she was the first black and first Indian woman to ever be elected State Attorney General of California. But look where she is now, 2020. Hey, can't say that black history doesn't still happen, because it happens every day. It's not just our history, it's all of our histories. Make sure you continue to keep teaching our children the right thing when it comes to black history. Slavery was not our history. It was just a bump in black history. It was a stall in black history, but that's not just our history. So you guys make sure that you are doing your research, finding out more. And if you want to find out even more about these prominent black figures and even more, check out my book that's coming late 2021, early 2022, that is going to define the great moments in modern black history from 1980 to 2020. I've been your host, Jerron Howie. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Once again, sorry for the delay, but things happen. We want you to have a happy, safe, and healthy Black History Month and continue to learn, grow, and be better for one another. Thanks for watching, and we are out of here.